After 7 long months of intense procrastination, today we are finally taking a look at my, I believe, 7-month follow-up video on my VMIKIV day bag. Let's dig into it. So if you haven't watched the previous video about this bag, I did a review. It was about 7 months ago. A company reached out to me, sent me this bag, asked me to review it, and I did. That was 7 months ago. I've taken it on roughly 2 trips. And today I'm going to kind of tell you what I like and don't like about the bag, and if I still recommend it. So, all aboard. So here's the bag. If you watched the previous video, you know roughly what it looks like. If you haven't watched the video, go take a look first and then come back here, unless you want to just watch this one to get my final thoughts for the usage of the bag. So form factor of the bag, nothing spectacular, pretty average bag. But now I'm going to talk about how I used it, what I liked, what I didn't like, and we'll go from there. So first and foremost, this bag is loaded with pockets. There is a pocket and a pouch for literally everything in this bag. I specifically took this on a Disney World trip and a Hawaii trip, sort of as just like a carry-on bag, carrying some clothes. I did end up using the shoe compartment in the bottom, which we'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, just an average traveling bag, and it did well. It did well. I mean, there are a couple things here and there, but overall, I was pleased with it. So one of the biggest things that I kind of touched on in the first video was the quality of the zipper. And once this bag was filled up with stuff, the zipper, I can't remember what I called it, but it basically popped. So you open it up, close it, but if it got too full, the seam on the zipper would just open up. And that's like technically breaking in my book, in my standards, but you would just zip it back and then zip it again, and the teeth would grab again. So it was kind of frustrating and worrisome at first as I'm packing the bag, but you just unzip it, zip it again, the teeth grab, and you kind of move on. It's almost an indicator of don't pack too much stuff in this bag, otherwise it's literally gonna burst at the seams. The next piece is just this little strap thing here, and I did mention it in the initial review video, but it has no give. There's no elastic to this at all. It's just a strap here to slip over your luggage, and once the bag is filled with stuff, this becomes extremely tight and not impossible, but really hard to maneuver over the handle of a rolling luggage. Wasn't super thrilled with that, but it's not the biggest inconvenience. And where this lacked, the padding on the shoulders on both sides and then the like lumbar area made up big time. This is a really thick, foamy insert on these 3 points here, and it made it so that wearing this in the airport was super comfortable. So totally made up for the lack of, mobility and packability of this strap here. So not a big issue there. This little pocket, it was nice. It's kind of flat, and you don't want to pack it too full because it's right on your lower back. But this is where I put my passport, my wife and my passport. And let's just say that after I got back from travel, never took the passport out, threw this in a closet, and I was in a just absolute panic trying to find where I put them. So it's a great spot to hold your passport, and you most likely won't lose it until 7 months later when you need them and you forget where you put them. So yeah, flat things, I don't know, small wallet, pack of gum, passport, paperwork, pocket's great for it. Moving on to the shoe compartment, and I brought a pair of shoes right now to put in here. I have mixed feelings with this shoe pocket, and I will tell you why. I'm just using a pair of Vans because that's what I had in here when I was using it. So I put the Vans in here. They pack in nicely. They fit. I mean, they fit just fine, just like they're supposed to. Zip that up. Zips up all nice and neat. You have these little like vents for air, which, you know, probably good for shoes. You get your feet in them and all that jazz. And then it looks fine. I mean, it doesn't really make the bag any bigger or smaller. That's not really a bulge there. That was just the bag. But yeah, so they fit really well. But this is the but here. The however. When shoes are inserted into that little shoe pouch, it literally takes up the entirety of the main portion of this backpack. Like, this is the shoes. This is the big pouch of the bag. It's just shoes. So you have no room for anything else, which kind of a thumbs down. This basically turns into a shoe backpack with a little bit of room up here, and then like pouch pockets for really small form factor stuff, which is fine if you're not packing a lot. But if you want to, you know, fully utilize all the pouches and pockets in this bag, you have to either not pack shoes or maybe pack some real flat squishable shoes. So kind of a thumbs down there. Not the biggest issue though. Another thing that you might have seen as I was unzipping this is that if these clips on the side are clipped, you can't open, like, you can't really get in this main pouch. So let me clip both sides. It's open currently, and like, I guess you can stretch it if you really want to, but I mean, if my shoes aren't in here and I've got a bunch of stuff, it's just kind of hard to get at and like really look in there. So you have to unclip it and unclip it, and then you can, you know, open it a little bit wider and see what you've got going on inside the bag. So not the biggest issue, not a deal breaker by any means, but something to, you know, consider when you're looking in the bag. Probably one of the last things I'll really touch on is the charging port. I never used it. Let's see if this will focus. Come on. There we go. I never used it. Never really had the need to use it. It's kind of like a pass-through. So this is like the female end port that you'd plug your phone charging cord into. Granted, only if it's the USB I don't know, whatever style that is. But on newer iPhones, it's not that. It's either like the Lightning or the USB-C. So you would have a portable power bank that you can leave in the backpack with your cord for that plugged into here. So it's just, it's a whole big thing, and you're looping this cord to a power bank instead of just power bank, phone cord, phone. So I felt like it was a little bit of a gimmick. Didn't take away from the usage of the bag. There's just a port here that, you know, I don't use, and I don't really see a whole lot of practical use for. So that's just my thought though. So, I mean, overall, it's a great bag for 40 bucks. I mean, that's what the price on Amazon was. But yeah, I mean, the material is nice and durable. I mean, you can toss it around and not worry about it getting scuffed or, you know, dirty, really. Everything wipes clean off of it. Lots of good pockets, lots of great space, you know, lots of handles to hold on to it however you need to. Really, I have no awful words about it. You know, just a few nitpicky things here and there, like the shoe compartment. If you want to use that, then you sort of lose out space in the main compartment, the charging port that I don't really use, but you know, it doesn't take away from the overall space and value of the bag. Obviously, it's not a $270, you know, wandered bag like my other one. You get what you pay for, but this is a fantastic budget backpack. I think the original packaging said, you know, school backpack, day backpack, travel backpack, what have you. It can definitely be used for any of those things successfully. So I give it 2 thumbs up. You really probably couldn't beat it for the price. Yeah, I like it. I recommend it. If you have 40 bucks to spend and you need a backpack that looks, you know, simple and has lots of pockets and you need function, maybe you're even interested in the charging port that I didn't get to use. This is the bag for you. I'll try to throw a link in the description below, but yeah, sorry this took so long to review or follow up on my initial review. I sort of got busy with life, but yeah, VMIKIV or VMIKIV day bag, 40 bucks, Amazon, hard to beat. Let me know what you think down below and if you decided to get one. Peace.